splitting shit. The religion you are even practicing, you don't know. Christianity, Islam, Judaism, you don't even understand it. Do you really understand it? You don't understand it. Follow the page and we'll let you know. Don't know what they were doing. And to add salt to the injury, even the Kaaba was more protected and saved, and Mecca was well protected during the time they were worshiping those idols those things you call idols. Mecca and your friend is saying the Kaaba were well protected at that time. After Islam, Mecca and Kaaba became weak. In Islamic history, when you pick any book of Islam, when you pick Ibn Hisham, the history of Ibn Hisham, when you pick Ibn Kathir's history, Sirat al-Nabawiyah and any Sirat al-Nabawiyah, they will tell you during the time they were doing their Bosom thing, that thing you call Bosom, tam na no mo yo Bosom adie no, obi biara be attack Kaaba, either say nipa no be wu mysterious death, ana bibi be sia ma ontumi attack Kaaba. Omo an omo troye e wo books mu ye be do me pense wa ma what ase. I will explain it in details. But after Islam, Mecca is no more secured. Mecca ji Islam too. No Mecca ni Kaaba nya secured. Ewo tam na Islam ni Mecca no. Omo di busun di protect omo. Nobody dare to attack Mecca and not even to talk of attacking Kaaba. But in Islam, you have blasted Kaaba 2 times. And you almost blasted Kaaba no yankramufo. I will explain and call their names to you. Oma blasted Kaaba. You wear black stone at the alcohol for more than 20 years. How sure are you that the black stone you have there now is the same black stone? Now, the 5th one is known as Nasr. Nasr is a name given to 2 great birds. Bird number 1, eagle, is called Nasr in Arabic, and vulture is also called Nasr in Arabic, though vulture has another name additionally. So Nasr is also one deity in Arabian Peninsula. Nasr is one, and Nasr means vulture or eagle and a vulture. That is what Nasr is, and it is near Arab for mouthpiece and keepers of Nasr and the vulture energy or the eagle energy. Omuna ye from omu ye himir for Yemen. It is a god of Yemen. It was southern part of Yemen in Himyar, and the keepers of this gods are known as Banu Hamdan. And in Quran chapter number 71, verse 23, all these 5 were putting together in there. And Quran chapter 71, which is chapter of Noah. This chapter is one of the chapters that really talked about Noah's predicament, which is people. We will talk about this when we get there. Actually, the story of Noah is a myth, but this chapter, Quran chapter 71, is one of the chapters that talked about Noah and whatever happened and all those blah blah blah. It's a myth, actually, it's a legend, but we will discuss that when we get there. So Quran chapter 71, verse 23 says, وَقَالُوا لَا تَذَرُنَّ آلِهَتَكُمْ. And he said, and they said, La tadhawunna, don't disguise, don't forsake alihatakum, your idols, your gods, don't forsake them. Especially, La tadhawunna waddan, wala suwa'an, wala yagusa, wa ya'unqa, wa nasra. The 5 we mentioned, the verse Quran chapter number 71, verse 23, put all of them together and said that they said, we are not going to forsake our gods. And the interesting thing is that Islam, according to Islam, those gods don't have any benefit. But are you trying to tell me, say, Arab before Islam, Jimmy to stand nothing comes out of it and they are still there? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Because Jimmy for Sabi. Jimmy is out. Arab before Islam will come. They have their systems. And now, and then we have these 5 left with 3, and then the 6th one is known as Allah. which is the female of Allah. Allah, which is the female of Allah. And this one is the sun goddess. It's a female, the sun goddess. Yes, Allah is the sun goddess. That's why I'm saying we should know this things before we enter into the last patriarchal religion, Islam. We should understand they revered and valued and respected the sun goddess. Sun goddess. You pray 5 times a day based on the movement of the sun. What difference does it make? And you pray for Allah, the female one. What difference does it make? If Allah is a sun goddess, then Allah is a sun god. What difference does it make? I don't give a damn, I've said it. What difference does it make? When you chike Allah turu ne kamar yanda kuke fada, turu ne wanda ke represent ke saye rana. Sallolin kan da kake yi guda 5 kuma da haraka da tafiyan rana kake yin su. Ina bambancin shi? Duka daya ne. Wanne ne ba? Rana ne ko wani rana ne? Rana ne, su ranan su daban ne, ke ranan ka da kake sallah da shi nan daban ne. She rana ya fara tasowa kake sallah asuba. Kana da wani abu da kake ce wai shuruk, me amana shuruk, sun rising. There is no way you can pray the morning prayer in Islam without the sun, the twilight of the sun appearing. And appear now we are encountering. So is it not sun? So Allah is a sun goddess that was revered in the Arabian Peninsula, and it was represented by a stone, or carved stone, and represented. So the sun goddess, which is known as Allah in Arabian Peninsula, a stone and a representative. Now Islam that has 5 daily prayers based on the movement of the sun also has black stone beside the Kaaba. You have the sun god over there. The sun goddess is still there, and the black stone has the mark of Sebi, excuse my language, vagina, to tell you it is representing the sun goddess. This is the practicals. What are you trying to tell me? So the sun goddess Allah was represented by stone, and it has a building in Taif, or shrine, and that shrine is also called Kaaba. The shrine in Taifa, which contain Allah, the sun goddess, is also known as Kaaba. So there wasn't one Kaaba in Arabian Peninsula. No, it's in Taifa. And the 7th one is what we call Al-Uzza. Al-Uzza. Al-Uzza means the most powerful. That is the female of Al-Aziz. The female of Al-Aziz, which is represented by, it is a representation of a morning star. What do you know about a morning star? Enyade jojogi. Yes. Enyade jojogi. Eba fegbe. Al-Uzza is a female goddess, which means the most powerful. And it is representative of morning star. Morning star. What do you know about morning star? And do you really know something about morning star? It is represented by morning star, and it is Venus that they use to represent it. It's affiliated with Venus, the planet Venus, the planet of Friday, the Friday planet. Okoye Juma Friday, what you say? Okoye Juma Friday, what you Friday, what you say? Okoye Juma Friday, what you say? Okay, Al-Uzza. Al-Uzza means most powerful female deity, most powerful. So, which is the female name of Aziz. That is Al-Uzza, and it is represented with a morning star. It is known as a morning star, and the planet that is related to it is Venus. Venus is a planet that is ruling Friday, and you go to Friday to pray, right? Have you ever noticed the time you pray on Friday? Ask astrologists and they will tell you what are you doing in the mosque on Friday. So Al-Uzza, it's represented as a morning star. It's represented with morning star. It's a goddess of morning star, and represented by Venus, and it is in northern Arabia. And this is what they do, northern Arabian Peninsula. They have 2, 3 side and side with a stone at the middle of it. That is the symbol for Al-Uzza. Not any tree. We will discuss those trees one day. 2 different trees side and side with a special carved stone in the middle. We will discuss the stone energies in Arabian Peninsula in the next video. So I'll discuss and talk about the tree, not any tree. And here, just like we also have trees here which are very important to us. And omudi stone hashen finfin and on a symbol omudi ama Al-Uzza representing morning star relating Venus. And then the 8th one is what they call Manat. Manat is a faith, god of faith, goddess or goddess of faith, which is represented with a black stone. Manat, faith. And we have faith. It is represented with a black stone. Manat. And when Manaf, obi biara ye tu Manaf, when ye din, when ye din, when ye be awudi fi Manat. Manat Uta is the female one. Nibema eye Manaf. And originally it is Manaf they call. So when you are Abdul Manaf, that is what it means. You are Abdul Manaf, the servant of this deity. That is the meaning of Manaf, the servant. So this deity is Manat, and it's a faith, the deity of faith, and it is represented with a black stone. Also black stone, and I represent the black stones no more Arabian Peninsula and never and then you want Manat stone we are black, and it is a goddess, it's a female energy which is also represented by the black stone. And away men say Al-Uzza, Allah, any Manat. When you go to Quran chapter number 53, verse 19 to 20, all of them are gathered there. And there's a serious story about them. Something happened in Islam about them. Now in Quran chapter number 53, verse 19 to 20, this is what they said. They are Allata, Al-Uzza, and Manat. This is what the verse is saying. Quran chapter number 53, verse 19 to 20. Afara'aytumul Lata, Allat. Afara'aytumul Lata, wal-Uzza, wa Manata al-Thalithata al-Ukhra. That is the Manata. That's the 3 in the Quran. So this is the 3 in the Quran, chapter number 53, verse 19 to 20. All this. And this 3 has a serious issue because this 3 is the reason for a novel that came out some time ago, which is Ayat Shaitaniya, the satanic verses. Salman Rushdie. Do you remember that? Yes, I have the book with me. And then there's other books that came out later. Salman Rushdie is still there, but it's hidden. The personality is hidden. They have tried to cover him. If not, he would have been slaughtered already. So that is it. So because there is another verse which is said to be Quranic verse additional to this, and it is like this: and then he says, إنها غرانيق الأولى وإن شفاعتها لترتجع. We will talk about that one when we get to the discussion of the Quran. So these are the common deities and oracles and goddesses in Arabian Peninsula. And the last one is what they call Hubal. Hubal has no way in the Quran. Hubal has never appeared in the Quran. But Hubal is a man-like Nisembun Hubal. Nisembun ya Bema and I carve. Yeah, the stone are carved bema and I see Kaaba moving. So Hubal was in the center of the Kaaba, and it's in the form of man, a man-like form. And the Hubal they call it uncertain. Hubal means uncertain. So what they do is that when you are not certain about anything and you want to be certain, you consult Hubal. So they have arrows that they cast over there. Some of the arrows has akil. They write akil on it. Akil means to restriction, and some has nam, do, and some has don't do, and all that. So if you are uncertain and you want to be certain, you consult Hubal. So these are the 3 idols. These are the 9 common deities in Arabian Peninsula before Islam, and they were very, very strong. And these Arabians were using them for their tongues and they know what they get from them, and this is the deity. The next video is going to be about the stones. I want to discuss, because of the black stone term, I want to discuss some of the stones and talk about them a little bit, and the idea of stone, because what differentiates that stone and the stone in my village? What differentiates that stone and the stone in Ghana here? What differentiates that stone in the stone at Nogopo? What differentiates that stone and the stone of my ancestors in Osu? Like, what difference does it make? That is it. We'll discuss again. Until we meet, thank you. It's like this video has been long a little bit, but you can see that the benefit is in there. Thank you very much. Until we meet again, I'm greeting all of you. I say to you, bye-bye.